I'm actually not pregnant. But do you know that now, if a company refuses to engage you cause you intend to start a family soon, which means you'll be pregnant soon, the company can kind of get away with their discrimination. Yeah, but soon a new law means they cannot discriminate now. Here's everything you need to know about the new workplace fairness legislation in Singapore, summarized and simplified for you. Turn on the CC if you don't understand my answers. So, on 4th August 2023, the government accepted a proposal that will protect more workers and make society a better place. Called the Workplace Fairness Legislation, it will strengthen protection against workplace discrimination. NTUC Secretary General Ng Chee Meng said, with workplace fairness legislation, our workers can look forward to better protection if they are faced with unfair practices at the workplaces. On our part, NTUC and our unions will continue to ensure workers get the protection that they need through NTUC and unions' established industrial relations framework. Beyond legislation, we will and must continue to improve HR standards and practices so that we can provide our workers with fair access and equal opportunity at the workplace. Cause like it or not, discrimination does occur in the workplace. And while there are already fair employment practices with guidelines by the Tripartite Guidelines on Fair Employment Practices and the Fair Consideration Framework, the Workplace Fairness Legislation, which is commonly known as WFL, is a new set of laws. Remember this word. Laws. So, what's this WFL all about? Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with WFH. Instead, it's a set of laws to say that we cannot discriminate based on nationality, age, sex, marital status, pregnancy status, and caregiving responsibilities, and also race, religion, and language, and disability and mental health conditions. There are no specifics to it, cause every case is different but agak-agak, the idea is that employers must not discriminate. I give a few examples like nationality. Employers must consider Singaporeans candidates fairly and not just engage someone from another country just because they are of the same nationality of the employers. This is important because more MNCs are setting up bases here, and we don't want the company to look like they bring the entire kampong over, right? Another clear example is a pregnancy one. For people like me, I'm sometimes discriminated because employers thought I'm pregnant. When I say I'm just pregnant with cheeseburger and fries, they wanted to hire me until they know that I intend to get pregnant with babies next year. Then they discriminated me and don't hire me. Because there are cases where women who express interest in bearing children being rejected. This is considered discrimination, so cannot sue. Got many other examples like discrimination against certain races, discrimination against people with mental illnesses, discrimination against people with caregiving responsibilities, and others. You see, currently, if you feel discriminated, you can complain to TAFED that will help you. But with WFL, the sets of laws are spelled out, and this means the employer could be breaking the laws. Kind of like when you're in school, if your teachers are unfair, you can complain to MOE that will help you. But with a new set of laws, if your teachers are unfair, they are breaking the laws. So this is why this is important, because it will show companies that they cannot anyhow, because they are now laws. This set of laws will most likely be enforced from mid-2024, because also need companies to get used to it, because let's face it, got many discrimination in the workforce one. Now this leads to the next question. Who started this? Cannot be just MNCs or workers own self. It's by the Tripartite Committee on Workplace Fairness, a group co-chaired by Dr. Tan Si Leng, Minister for Manpower, Mr. Ng Chee Meng, Secretary General of NTUC, and Dr. Robert Yap, President of the Singapore National Employers Federation. The Ministry of Manpower represents the government. National Trades Union Congress, commonly known as NTUC, not the supermarket, how many times must I say? NTUC represents the workers, and Singapore National Employers Federation, also known as SNEF, represents the employers. You see, interestingly, in other countries, these three entities become one. That's why sometimes there got strike here and there one. But in Singapore, these three work together one. Therefore, the only disruption we have in Singapore is when Instagram is down and then influencers cannot post their OOTDs. Yeah, so basically, when they all come together to propose a law, it won't be laws that just benefit one side. You can check out this website for more information about these new laws. But of course, while the laws are not in yet, if you face discrimination, still can complain to TADM, you're going scared.